Hello FIFA faithful, Bear Hams here with episode 48 and possibly the final episode of the U Squad Gods series with Minnesota United. There is only one game on the docket today, and it is against Columbus Crew at TCF Bank Stadium. So this episode will pretty much be unedited. It's just going to be me commentating as well as I can for, the whole entire game, plus some other stuff as well. We're going to take a look at the roster here, see who we want playing for the final game of possibly this career mode. So we're trying to figure out who we want on the bench. Parks for sure. Got Big Bad Bane. I do want to have Pac on there, give him a solid 60 minutes. I think we really owe it to Pac to have that time to maybe get one more goal for us. And I think we're going to put Nydam in. Nydam's just a lot stronger, and I think he'll just perform a lot better. Or, we'll keep him in. So, again, this is it's kind of crazy. I remember starting this in late March, getting it all set up. Not really expecting how far it would take me, but here we are. Finally, we are at the MLS Cup final on a snowy December evening here in Minnesota. Just 3 weeks until the Christmas of 2021. Hopefully we'll have something in our stockings and under the tree. I don't know, what stocking or whatever. But we'll take a look at the bracket here. Columbus Crew pretty much destroyed Philadelphia 3-0. So it was pretty much a foregone conclusion that no matter what, we would be playing at TCF Bank. So there is Idris Bacon, man whose career got cut short at Scunthorpe United, took a little trip across the pond. Now he's actually coaching a team to a championship. Although it's not the glory of the Premier League, he still appreciates it very much. And there is Dorlan Pabon in probably his final game as a Loon. Sad day. But it won't be unless get some things fixed out. Here is our lineup. We got Wolf, Skulason, Nordtveit, Frazier, Luna, Nydam, Ponce, Adekoya, Sneaky Pete, Yangi Pak, and Pabon up top. So I will be slipping out Pak for sure. We're going to keep Skulason for the entire time, and if push comes to shove, we will have to take him out. And if he does get tired, we're actually going to move him to a CDM spot. He is our captain. He's been here since day one. He's pretty much played every single game he possibly can. He's been quite the leader on this side. And who better of a person to lift up that MLS trophy after all is said and done. So we will have to go against Joshi Zardes and company. You know what? We're done with the preamble. Let's get to some gameplay here, as we're going to try to slowly work our way through. I don't want to really force anything on him just yet, as that ball gets intercepted. We'll go to Sosa, to Santos. Ahulo on the wing. Ponce, not the fastest guy in the world, but he will do a good defensive move there. Time feels it's going really slow on this save. Then again, I usually play on 4-minute halves, but for this, it's actually 5 minutes. So good pass from Sneaky Pete to Pac. Flip that to Ponce. It's going to be kind of sad if we do end the season and end the save. Just because, there's a good shot by Pac. Oh, man, that was close. It's kind of weird how it cut like that. But hopefully that doesn't do it too much or when big events happen. But we will get a corner out of all that. And Pabon will throw one up. Header. Oh, wow. Oh, boy. Noah Frazier could have started up the scoring right away with that one. They'll probably have a replay about it because that was pretty close to going in. But kudos to that defenseman for getting that ball out of the way. So now it's their turn to maybe light a firecracker or two on our asses. Is now Sosa. It's going to work to that corner. Tries to throw a cross in. Kind of like that. That was dangerous. So take a look here. Yeah, that wasn't a goal. That, unlike the last time we got cheated by the VAR system, this one was not a goal. So from the back, Nordtveit to Skulason. Captain Viking. Gets that to Luna. As I was saying about players like we're not going to really see grow, like Luna and Ponce, like we'd have to play like a couple more years to like see them actually get to their potential. But I think what they've done so far is pretty good, to say the least. I mean, think about Esteban Luna pretty much took that left back job from Gautier and that Olsen guy that we ended up getting rid of. So he's been one of the better players. There's a cross in, easy play to get out, but it will stay in. Good header though by Pak. So we'll maybe have a counter here. Sneaky Pete to Pabon. Now Adekoya is going to try to make a run, but it looks like Jimenez might have the same pace he does. Try to cut it to Pabon, but that won't work. Eventually it does get to Pabon. Pabon with the cross in. Oh! Pak! Oh, and I just realized something. None of the players are wearing... they don't have long sleeves on. All right, I'm liking this this toughness they're bringing. It's like a kind of a mental game with Columbus Crew. As you can see, all their players have sleeves on because they're not used to this Minnesota cold. But the boys training at the National Sports Center in Blaine have gotten used to the elements, and you know what? showing some traits of toughness there. As we do cut through a little bit of an infograph there. Doesn't really matter. Nordtveit. I have to say, Nordtveit, great signing. It was a very flotsam and jetsam last-minute signing because we didn't have 3 designated players. There's a good punch by the keeper. As Adekoya tries to get the ball and doesn't quite work out. Now, as I was saying, last minute, it was kind of one of those... Oh crap, we don't have a 3rd designated player. I mean, we have Acosta, we have Pabon. And it's like, well, we don't really have anyone at defense. And like, as much as Frazier's gotten good, it's the other players, they're not quite over that low 70 mark. So it's like kind of hard to like keep faith in them on a daily basis. But the 77 rated Havard Nordtveit has done an excellent job scoring when he needs to score, defending when he needs to defend. One of the better signings of designated players we've had on this save. Easily the worst, Lasashone, without a doubt. He was a dud. Kind of expected a guy from Ajax. So there's a great save by Frank Wolf there. So we are hitting about 10 minutes before the first half. And already pretty much each team has had a pretty solid chance. No, Lasashune coming from Ajax. I thought, he's won a bunch of Dutch Cups. He's won a bunch of silverware. Maybe he'd be a good leader because of his Nordic ancestry. I was like, oh, he'd be perfect for Minnesota, but anything but. It's now Rogerson. Gets that intercepted, but there goes Nordtveit. He'll pass it to Skulason. Good play by Pak. Tries to get it to Rogerson, but Rogerson just runs a little too far from it. It's now Artur. Has some black running with him. Nydam tries to take him down, but he actually takes himself down. Good play by Frazier. Now we might have something going. Nah, just a lot of hanky-panky close to our third. It's now Sosa that can. We'll get it to Martinez. Good interception by Esteban Luna. And now Rogerson cuts that to Pak. Pak tries to chip it to Pabon. That won't work out. I kind of just realized something too. We've had Wolf in net for a very long time. Well, I mean, we've had Wolf in for the 4 previous playoff games. So I didn't really mean to pass it that way, but as long as we're talking about Wolf, it works out. It's actually, no, there's a counter here. Zardes. Wait until the break to talk a little bit. Good block sets cleared out. As I was saying, past 4 playoff games, Just realized Frank Wolf has 3 clean sheets in those, and he's actually made saves in those 3 clean sheets. It's not like they've just been all really off target. He's been on a different gear this playoff season, which is kind of weird. Like, considering like during the season, like he just wasn't that good. He was just so inconsistent. But you know what? It's the form that we need at the right time. So I'm not really complaining about his form. So now it is the start of the second half. Still no score. Getting a little more nervous. The controller in my hand is getting a little more sweaty. There's a good shot, but a good block by Havard there. So I'll take it from the back. Esteban Luna tries to find Sneaky Pete, but will get intercepted, but it will land straight back to Luna anyways. Neat little tricky pass by Sneaky Pete. Now there's a good pass from Pak. He'll get it to Parks. Parks tries to chip one up to Pabon. Won't go, but it will go to Adekoya. Adekoya! That'll hit the net. We'll take a deflection, so we do have a corner here. Again, just try to hit Pak. Pak won't get the header, but it will land straight to Nydam. Nydam's not going to take a long shot. Usually like to take long shots with Nydam from those areas. We'll try to chip it into Pabon. Pabon, not good of an angle to get the header on that one. And there we go. Pog's going to probably get a yellow for that one. And so it's going to be more of an incentive to take him off soon. Last thing we need is a red card, especially with no lead. It'd be bad. Sosa now to Santos. Good. Oh, great tackle by Adekoya. Maybe we can get a counter here. Pabon's taking a run, but again, he only has like 62 sprint speed now since he's lost a lot of attributes in age. Nydam making a spirited run. Gets it to Pak. Come on, Pak. Shoots. Ah, oh, good block by the defender there. Excuse me. So now we're hitting that hour mark here. Zardes trying to run past Nydam. Nydam's giving him a good run for his money, but he will get past him eventually. Sosa takes a shot, but that will go well wide of the net. So it will be time to make some subs for at least Columbus. We're going to wait a little while. I just want to give Pak a chance to score. He's had some glimmers of hope today. And again, he's probably my favorite player on this save, although, you know, Pabon has had a monumental 3 seasons here. It's just, Pak is just like, it's come from nothing. He was a 54 rated striker. Now he's a 71 rated striker and led the league in assists 3 straight years in a row. He's been on the team of the year. He'll be a legend of the MLS when he retires. So now we're getting ever closer to that 90-minute mark, and still no team has really stuck their neck out there to try to win this one. But I think that's kind of been our game plan a little bit. Just sort of tire them out a little bit and then get on some of our better players. So you can see Big Bad Bane is getting in there. Finally, we will take out Pak. I'm trying to think of who else we can put in, but I think at this moment, Bane will be the best one to put in. So here we go. It's the old guard and the new guard switching out. There's a... Yeah, that was deflected, so they'll get a corner at the 70-minute mark. Yeah, I'm going to float Parks over there. Maybe we can get a decent header that way. Zardes with one, but Wolf will be very conservative and hop on top of it. Good pass to Pabon. Pabon will slide it to Adekoya. Might have something going here now. Sneaky Pete. Oh, terrible pass. Sneaky Pete's form, at least when I play with him this year, has just gone down. Like, I remember the past couple years, you'd get those good, like, 1-2 passes, and he'd just be right by the defense and just score with no problem, but it's been so streaky this year. I mean, hence the name Streaky Pete, if you've heard me call him that a couple times. So, we can't pass it close anymore. We'll get it to Bane. Bane does get a header on it, and it looks like Parks won't get it, unfortunately. Now Zardes in the corner. Floats one in. Easy save for Wolf. Might have to make a couple subs soon. I'm not kind of iffy on it because I think some of our better players are on the pitch right now, and like the other thing is, like, I'm realizing that I'm probably not going to play with a lot of these players ever again. So I'm just trying to savor as much of this moment as possible. Because now Adekoya is making a run. No one's on him. He's waiting for Pabon to slip through. He will pass it to Bane. Bane sees an open Nydam. Nydam looking for a shot, but he will get it to Pabon. But good play by the defense. I think the defense has been the MVP of this match so far. Both teams have really been throwing their bodies at any shot that comes near. Good play. Now Nydam is going to start the counter here as Adekoya waiting for a Pabon run. He'll cut it, try to find Bane. Bane will try to chip it up to Parks. Eventually it will get to him. There's a good pass. Pabon. The downside of being that short. Now it will go to Luna. Luna is going to cut around. He'll find Nydam. Nydam to Adekoya. He'll flip it to Luna. Luna's wide open. Gets a cross in. To Bane! To Bane! Big bad Bane in the 89th minute. All but secures the MLS Cup victory for our Minnesota United. Woo! My goodness. Such a boring game. Very timid, very vanilla from both sides. It was a part of our strategy just to get Big Bad Bane in there in the final minutes. A guy who has incredible speed and incredible height and incredible tackling skills. Gets us the goal. Now we are just minutes away from lifting that trophy. So now it's about switching up this formation. It's because the last thing we need is a goal in the very final ticks of this game. I think we're going to switch this up. I know I really want to I would have 3 CDMs at once. And then just have like 2 guys up top or something, but we're going to have to figure out something. I do want at least 2 CDMs. Maybe we could do do like a 5-3-2 or something, but I still want wingers and left backs. I do like the overlap between those two. So it's just, right now, just a lot of brainstorming, trying to figure out some sort of tactic to secure this cup victory. And then again, this is going to give us an opportunity to bring more players on. But I don't know who. I mean, we're going to have to bring on Clark at some point. He is a 75 overall. Yeah, I think we might just go for a 4-4-1-1, honestly. We'll just have defensive players play that CD. Yeah, we'll pretend they're CDMs, because I can't really move them any further. And of course, Sneaky Pete, don't want him being a CDM. So we will put Clark in there, a guy who's much better at defending. And I think that might be our last sub. Because I think Parks is a sub as well. And yeah, actually, that's a good idea, putting Frazier. Because Frazier can play CDM and Clark cannot. So that is Ryan Bain's 10th goal in the MLS. What an impressive rookie season. Not to mention he has 2 goals in the U.S. Open Cup as well, so that brings him to 12. So, will be the last time we play with Sneaky Pete, as we'll probably transfer him off to somewhere for a decent price. We won't be too picky if we do anything in the future. I mean, we could still lose this game too, as there's a good interception by Bane. He'll get it to Nydam. Now Parks. But there will be a foul. I don't know on who, though. But now it's Columbus. They pretty much have everyone in the area. We're going to float Pabon up top just for safety measures. Good pass. There we go. Come on, Adekoya. Get on that horse. He's going to lose the ball to Hualde. But it won't matter. We have won the MLS Cup. Yes! Yes! I was so worried about us losing last minute, but finally we have gotten to the MLS Cup and we have won it. It was a very vanilla game, very long game, very defensive game, but those 11 on the field stuck it out and are now MLS champions. It's kind of crazy to think back then with all the players that we had. One of the first that we ever picked will be lifting that cup in Olof Skulason. Him, like a bunch of other players, have been there since day one, and there's no one more worthy than lifting this trophy. So I'm going to leave you with the celebrations. Although Olaf is our captain, Sneaky Pete will take the press conference with that big trophy, as he didn't really do much the second half of the season. But you know what? He helped us out in those growing stages. So we'll take a look at all the awards. John Kempen won the Golden Glove. He was actually the keeper for Columbus Crew. He had a really good game. A Cam does win the Golden Boot, and we'll take a look at everyone who was Team of the Year. We got Frazier, we got Nordveit, we got Pabon, and that's it. So solid performance by Frazier. And again, Nordveit was a good player, and it will be Player of the Competition, Dorlan Pabon. What a great way to finish out his MLS career here at the Loons. MLS champion and the 2021 MVP. Dorlan Pabon will be sorely missed. So now we'll just kind of take a quick look at all the standings. Pabon, 15 goals, just too short of a Cam. Look at Bain, he got to the 15th spot. Imagine if we played him even more. He would have been at least in the top 5. Take a look at assists. Pabon, probably the reason why he won MVP was because of his many assists. So actually, this will not be the final episode of this series. I have something very special planned for a stream that will be coming very soon. I will keep you guys posted. This has been Bare Hands, and as always, toodaloo.